Hi all, Simon Pimenta here, having a quick walk in the park. I'm going to keep moving because it's about 1 degree. I think yesterday it was about -3 degrees, so it doesn't feel quite as cold. As you can see, there's a thin layer of snow on the ground, which means there'll probably be chaos on public transport. But anyway, I've got a question for you. If you're in a bit of a dip, do you think like Bjorn Borg? Let me explain what I mean. Bjorn Borg was one of my childhood tennis heroes, and he was known as the Iceman because he didn't seem to show any emotions when he was playing tennis. And I heard an interview with him many years later where he said, actually, it wasn't that I was cold, it was just that I didn't focus on the point that had just gone. You know, once the point was played, I would just focus on the next point. And in an interview with John McEnroe talked about playing in the final at Wimbledon with Bjorn Borg, and John McEnroe was getting very annoyed with himself for the mistakes he was making. And John McEnroe and Bjorn Borg were friends, and at one point Bjorn Borg beckoned him to the net, and John McEnroe thought, what's going on here? So he walked up to the net, and Bjorn Borg said to him, it's only a game. And John McEnroe was really stunned by that, because for him this was a matter of life and death. You know, his goal was to win Wimbledon. And it's interesting to look at the contrast between the two. John McEnroe was focusing on the past, dwelling on his mistakes, focusing on the future, you know, thinking about his goal. And whereas Bjorn Borg was just very present in the moment, focusing on this moment. So if you are in a dip, certainly when I had crashes or dips, when I had CFS, I would be chastising myself for overdoing it. I'd be really frustrated with myself and pretty hard on myself. I'd also be catastrophizing. You know, I had no sense that this was going to pass. You know, I was very, very sort of associated with the bad feelings that I was feeling. And actually what I learned over time is that I had to just learn from any mistakes, so-called mistakes that I'd made if I had overdone it, and just perhaps try next time to, you know, do something different. And instead of catastrophizing, saying to myself, oh my God, this is going to last for ages, just to let go of that and just focus in the moment and focus on just calming my physiology as much as possible. And that always helped me recuperate. One of the things I teach people is, when I do my building resilience training, is some of the mindset patterns that can get us into trouble. And one of them is being very past and future oriented, as I've just described, focusing on the past and mistakes, focusing on the future with a sense of anxiety and catastrophizing. And just learning to just be more present in this moment, let go of all those thoughts, can really help us. So I hope you found that helpful. I'm going to finish my walk in the park. I have made a couple of videos about dealing with crashes on my YouTube channel, CFS Explored. There's also another video which is about beating the boom and bust cycle. So check those videos out on YouTube. Do join my group CFS Explored on Facebook if you want more tips and helpful suggestions. Anyway, off to have some breakfast. Hope you found that useful. Bye for now.